There is a very high tense pressure from so many lawyers who are loyal to Tinubu's APC government administration to stop Alloy Ejimakor from practicing law. They said they want to disbar him because he was participating in a protest to free Nnamdi Kanu. First of all, what does it mean to disbar a lawyer? After you finish your normal law degree, you are going to go to Nigerian law school. Then after that, you will be called to bar. So that is what they said they are going to disbar him. And when that is done, he will not be able to attend plenaries or represent somebody. But that is not going to happen because Alloy Mak did not violate any law that warrant the government to disbar him or the law body to disbar him. And I see so many lawyers, you see, Nigeria can never get it right. This is not a cause, this is not a wish. This is because I am saying that someone can just wake up because your brother is a commissioner, or your brother is a minister, or your brother is a president. You know what is right, and you will just walk to the television to talk in the favor of your brother when you know something that is right, what is wrong is wrong. That is what is going on. You will see that your brother is totally wrong. You will walk to the television and defend him. When are we going to stop doing all these things? When I see all these things going on, it makes me believe that this country can never get it right for one day. And that is why you see the progression of a failed state going on rapidly from one year to the other. Is getting worse right from the time I was born to this point. I've never seen a year where Nigeria gets better. I've never seen such in all ramification. What I see is just retrogression. So when I saw the Arise News analyst and a lawyer, talking about what we all know and what's supposed to happen, that Alloy Ejimakor did not commit any offense that warrant disbarment. So I said, thank God we still have people who have conscience, who have not taken brand envelope, as they call it, have not taken bribe, or have not been influenced by the current administration to come out and speak jargon on national television.
What do you stand for against concerning the lawyers?
Why should we even contemplate the issue of disbarment as if that's the only kind of sanction you give to a lawyer? If you perceive that he's done something wrong, you can reprimand him, you can suspend him, you can do anything, but not disbarment. So I think, but that is very far from to be considered in this issue.
Has he done anything wrong?
No, absolutely not, because you must consider Alloy Ejimakor first and foremost as a Nigerian citizen who's got rights as a citizen to demonstrate, to be part of the protest. And then two, he does in every way hold some measure of professional responsibility to both the courts and to the legal profession. There's no doubt about that. So we must therefore now make a distinction between his responsibility and rights as a citizen of Nigeria and his responsibility to the court. So did he in any way offend the court? When you say matter is sub judice, it means that it's under consideration by the courts. And when you also say that lawyers, particularly under the rules of professional conduct, specifically rule number 33, should not make public statements with regards to matters that they are involved in, it's clear, because the aim is that do not make such statement to either put pressure on the court, to influence the court, or influence the public. So what Alloy was doing by being present at a protest, at a rally, does that amount to in any way as putting pressure on the court? Yeah, it does it in any way. Because and then, most importantly, did he organize a protest? Did he call for a protest? He was simply part of the protest. If I am working to free my clients, and then I see a number of persons who consider that my client is in detention today for political reason more than legal, and they are holding a rally, and I happen to be present there by way of any form of solidarity as a citizen of Nigeria, am I trying to influence the court? Am I trying to influence the judge? So the unfortunate thing, and we must know this, is that if we think that Alloy has gone past his remit as a professional, as a lawyer in a matter that is appearing in, and then which means virtually every senior lawyer, every lawyer who has spoken to the press immediately after leaving the court hearing has actually violated that rule. I hope we all know that. So yes, because those actions have been more prejudicial to the cases that they are appearing than whatever Alloy did, expressing his rights as a citizen of Nigeria.
Oh, well, that's quite interesting.
Of course it is, because the rule is quite clear. Anytime a lawyer makes a statement in public, when a case is anticipated or when a case is going on, especially when he is involved in a matter, it violates the sub judice rule. And we see it every now and then. Lawyers, especially senior advocates, as a form of one subtle advertisement or the other, is offensive to our profession. It's wrong. I, as a lawyer, will never make a statement concerning a matter that I'm appearing in. So we're doing all sorts of things, and then we've been accepting them, and then it comes to Alloy's own. Is it because it's involving Nnamdi Kanu now? We are now waking up some strange.
Let me get you right. Are you saying that if you leave a court room, you cannot grant it?
As a lawyer, as a lawyer participating in a matter, immediately in fact, there is an express rule against it, Rule 33 of the Rules of Professional Conduct, as amended in 2023. You cannot address the press with regards to the fact of the matter, with regards to any issue relating to that matter.
So, Frank, why is it occurring? Why is it happening?
Because it's against the sub judice rule. Even though it's a common law rule, we don't have any express statute against it. But they are all. But we have
express statutes.
No, but again, how do you not look at what is the role or what is the status of the rules of professional conduct? It's express that you cannot address the press, and we do it all the time. And look, the courts accept it. The Bar Association accepts it. There is no reprimand. Nobody has reprimanded. It's wrong because there's room for journalists to be in the court all the time to observe proceedings, to take note of things, and they report in such a manner that is not prejudicial, that does not undermine the integrity and the independence and impartiality of the court. But we see this every time being breached, and we don't have anybody raising dust. It comes to that of Nnamdi Kanu, and the respected Alloy Mak is now an issue. So why should it be?
Before I go to my next question, just this one. All you're saying now, what does the Constitution particularly say about this?
Look,
I mean, it's the ground norm.
Yes, the Constitution says, under Section 39, the citizen of Nigeria has the right to hold opinion and express it. Under Section 40, the Nigerian citizen has the right to congregate, to meet anywhere in any part of Nigeria, and then express himself and take part in the right. Under Section 41, he has the right to move about anywhere, go to Kafanchan, go to anywhere, go and then express himself. He hasn't offended the Constitution as a citizen of Nigeria.
All right.
It doesn't exclude the fact that he has some professional responsibility to the Nigerian, to the bar, to the legal practitioner. Yes, I mean the legal profession. However, has he offended the court? Was he attempting to influence the court? Was he attempting to intimidate the judge? Absolutely not. He was present at the protest that was aimed at President Tinubu to take a political decision, ask your Attorney General to withdraw charges against Nnamdi Kanu, or rather release Nnamdi Kanu. How could that be offensive? Right. For goodness sake.
Fine. What do you even make of his arrest and the arrest of those who participated in this protest?
Oh, well, I found that quite sad. Very, very sad. In any way, I'm careful because when we promote human rights, we try to balance it with the responsibility to also promote the fact that there has to be peace. I think that was tainted. The point is that should he have been arrested? I don't know. I mean, but when the police gave a reason for arresting him, that he was present in a place where a certain court order, barred people from protesting. These are issues of fact. The point is that was he named in that court order? What was he doing? Just by being present, should he have been arrested? And again, what is the process? In determining the criminality of whoever, what was wrong or who was offending the particular order of court, should have been left to the court? We're talking about a legal practitioner who is, present at a rally, at a demonstration, a peaceful one, non-violent, absolutely not offending any known law. Why should I arrest him? Now, those are all the dimensions that point to the fact that this whole thing about Nnamdi Kanu is political. And I've maintained that position. And that's the reason why its solution lies in the political power, and particularly that of the president.
Let me ask you this. The police say it is standard procedure to keep a suspect in custody until bail conditions are met, correct?
That's not very correct. The point is that the moment the police hands over a suspect or an accused person to the court, its job ends there. It's respect. Don't forget, the court has a belief, the court has a sheriff that takes responsibility of the accused person. That determines. It's not the police that. There's this wrong procedure we experience all the time in court, where after bail has been perfected, you still have to take that bail, the perfected documents to the prosecutor to examine whether they are in accordance with the pronouncement of the court before the person is released. All sort of violation of our rights. The good thing about it is that this is happening.
This is a serious matter.
Of course, it is absolutely serious.
Because this goes on and on. Are you saying that the police,
it didn't have any business anymore? The moment whoever was as an accused person was handed over to the court.
Why does it keep happening?
Oh, because we have not challenged it. Because we keep, failing to observe known standards, and we allow them. The same way the lawyers violate the rule against them, the sub judice rule, anytime they make pronouncements when they come out from court, and the courts tolerate it. That's the same way the courts have tolerated their powers being, taken over by the police. The court is in the custody of the court. It's in the court to determine that. Look, go to the police.
My time is gone.
Go to the prison or remain in court.
Okay, quickly. Is the police handling this right? Are Sowore and his people, are they handling it right?
I think I'm sympathetic to the police. Those officers of the police force, because they have to obey certain political orders, even when they know that what they're doing is wrong. And then when you ask me as to whether Sowore, I'm also sympathetic to Sowore. In fact, I'm very sympathetic to him. I believe he's doing the right thing. Again, there is no restraint to the level.
Against the court's order?
Oh, well, the point is that I'm not aware whether he was served.
Even though he said he wasn't served.
But the point is this: if he has chosen to disobey an order of court, then let him face the consequences. Okay. And that consequence. Let me tell you. Let me tell you.
No, I'm not saying. I'm just saying what you said.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just saying that. Very interesting submissions. Thank you so much, Frank Titi, lawyer.
So apart from this, I just want to let you know that it is not the issue of Alloy Ejimakor that is making people to raise dust. Never. It is not Alloy Ejimakor. It is all about Nnamdi Kanu. When you look around Nnamdi Kanu, everybody associated to call them for his release are being reprimanded, are being arrested. You can see even his brother was arrested, people protesting was arrested. Sowore has not been released because they see him as a threat now to mounting pressure to releasing Nnamdi Kanu. So they are looking at figures who could, influence the release of Nnamdi Kanu, and they are going after them repeatedly. They are going after them. When Nnamdi Kanu met Sowore in court, that was few days ago, there about a week, he told him something. He said, be strong. And think about it. Someone who is in detention is telling someone who is free, be strong. He knows they are going to come after him. You understand? He knows they are going to come after him. So what you are seeing when people are talking about the issue of Alloy Ejimakor and the rest of them, I really understand that it is a witch hunt. So they are doing all these things they are doing against them because of their interest in securing the release of Nnamdi Kanu. But one thing is sure, Nnamdi Kanu will be free. So that is something that is not negotiable. Nnamdi Kanu will be free. But, it might take a little bit longer than we think, because people who don't want him to be released, there are many. But I thank God for so many people who are rising up to calling for his release. All these court issues we are seeing is a secondary issue. That is not the main issue. It's not about trying Nnamdi Kanu. It's all about his influence and his Biafra agitation. Finish. So this is the issue at hand. Let me know what you think about it.